Finest.
So the reason why EU's Finest has had such a great time going against TOX is because of their aggression. They're one of the few teams that aren't afraid to push 1v1s, 2v2s. In team fights, EU's Finest, they get the backs of TOX from time to time. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are, map number 1, training grounds, TOX and EU's Finest.
Yeah, we saw this map once before, and we're going to see it here again. The typical strategy for this first half, you see teams either fight for the U or for the Overlook. A lot of the times, you see EU's Finest like to play for that Overlook because you talk about their passive play, but this time around, they're going to contest it. 2 players kind of over towards the B hill. He's actually pushing across. You see him, it's actually trying to go for a flank. That's Hydro, but he gets pushed. Mento takes out Jack first to start off the round, so first blood goes to TOX.
The latest figure for EU's Finest is going to fall down fast, and Mento, he's going to continue being the aggressive player in this case. But Phelpsy trying to get his footing, he's going to be right next to Hydro. And with Mento currently tagged, he's going to be the point of focus, and Mento gets the headshot on Hydro.
And one thing I noticed about this TOX gaming squad, they really like to put their resources into Mento. We saw it already in Gears of War 4, but with the new weapon trees, they're able to give Mento a whole arsenal off spawn, being the Boltok, being the Smoke, or the Flash. I look for them to stick to that same strategy here. But on the flip side, EU's Finest, they like to build up their weapons around and then kind of go in the Boltok. Aside, maybe they give Krim the Boltok would be another strategy later on the game to look out for.
So far at EU's Finest, they've been trying to push what is best for them, their individual play. But every time they get in close, you see those firing lanes from Optic Gaming downing players left and right, and Jack is left alone to pick up a kill on Praise and also revive his teammates. So with Summons coming right around the corner, he's giving EU's Finest a lot of trouble. But Jack, still the only one remaining for his teammates. He's able to pick up Krim, and they're going to move on and capture the C hill.
Those revive chains coming out were pretty hot right there, but you see Craze really and TOX, or Craze and EU's Finest trying to battle off TOX right now, but Mento kind of caught out of position there. Now Explosive in a 1v3 situation. He's able to get it down on one, unable to clean up that kill. That would have been a good trade-off for Explosive, you know, taking one respawn off of Craze, but with a backup and another kill by Krim. EU's Finest trail, but they look like they're getting a footing, but not if Praise has anything to say about it, but as I say that, he is taken down by Krim.
Starting off the game, looking a little bit jet-lagged. EU's Finest, they're finally starting to wake up in this 1v1 Mental. He's going to put Krim straight to sleep. 2 straight kills for TOX. Yeah, EU's Finest, now they're starting to find their footing. They're still running through these lanes of fire that TOX are putting on them, but starting to slow things down. They're starting to push the numbers, and their revive chains have been on point.
Yeah, they got roughly a minute here to make a push, to think of something, a strategy to push forward, but you see 4 members of TOX Gaming going towards B. They know they don't need to turtle back towards their home, but that's where EU's Finest will be able to take advantage, but Craze, he sees the flashbang going out, trying to land some shots. You see the bait and switch coming out. Multiple members of TOX are going to fall. Praise, he's doing what he can to return fire. Praise, he's going to fall next. Summons with a revive, but Praise Summon dropping next. A huge double kill by Craze. Great plays by EU's Finest here in the first round.
And the Bash brothers from the European side, Craze and Phelpsy, with a little bit of help from Jack, the newcomer on this team, they were able to win the 3v3 against TOX. And now, Swarm, all they need are 25 more seconds to put round number 1 under their belt, but fighting for this current hill, they're going to find themselves in a 2v4, and yeah, it's not in their favor. Praise with a nice cleanup.
It's TOX holding on here in the round, but we kind of talked about EU's Finest being one of the teams that kind of give these guys a run for their money. As you see Hydro and Phelpsy picking up some kills here in the end. A nice double kill by Hydro. You kind of lost the round, but it's a little moral victories right there. They lead you up into the next round, give you a little pump. Also, you didn't really take off the respawn there, but you kind of get your shotgun warmed up. And that's exactly what EU's Finest needs to do for this round. They need to start warming up. They need to get hot, because TOX, you know, they're confident. They're going into it. They're probably expecting themselves to win as well. EU's Finest, they have something to prove.
Even with Explosive smiling, you're going to have short-term memory. EU's Finest, even though they lost, that was an extremely close game. That game could have went to either team at that point. EU's Finest, they know exactly what they have to do now. But taking a look at these weapon drops. Okay, we're going to get some utility on the side of TOX. And EU's Finest, I believe they're going to do the same. So flashbangs will be there. One thing I like to point out, we saw a little bit of utility usage. The aim has to be on point. There's a certain radius it has to land in order for it to be effective. We saw EU's Finest throw a few out, and it didn't work out at all.
So, similar strategies. They're going to get 2 flashbangs off the respawn. You expect those flashbangs to be able to rotate over towards B, and that's when both teams should be able to go and try and make a play, depending on what they both want to do. And see similar strategies across the board here for both teams. You see a flank probably even coming in, but Hydro quickly taking it out. Solar's doing what he can.
Solar's coming right up on the flank, knocking them on their backs. And TOX, they're going to continue to steamroll. There's going to be 4 players down, leaving Krim all alone, guarding the Sea Hill. But take a look at what TOX are doing. They're playing it smart. They're not just going to bully in straight into Krim. They're making sure they pinch him from both sides, creating a little bit of sandwich. The number 1 team doing it right and doing it well. And because of that, domination has come through. And TOX are now up 2-0. That's scary.
You hear that?
That's scary.
You hear that?
What is it?
That's nothing, because they're asleep right now. Eve's Finest needs to wake up, because TOX is just completely taking advantage of everything they are trying to do. And to me, it goes down to this next weapon place right here if you're EU's Finest. But luckily for TOX, they get first move. They won the round. They get rewarded with first move on the weapon selection.
So the one thing about TOX that made them extremely legendary in Gears 4 was the fact that they never panicked and they never hesitated whenever they were up by numbers. Actually, one of their strongest points was whenever they were up by numbers, 1, 2, it doesn't even matter. They swarmed her home hill and they went for the dominations as fast as possible. If you kept the stat, they'd be number 1. What they did, once Solars hit that flank and got the 2K, they all wrapped around towards the Sea Hill, and that was all she wrote. They gave EU's Finest literally no chance at all in order to fight back. If they spawned, it probably was a wasted life.
And it's just very interesting, because we saw it in before how this play was going down. But, you know, I want to see what TOX is doing right here. I want to hear it myself. So we're going to jump into a listening with TOX Gaming.
I got their side up top. One's down, one's down.
2 down, 2 down, 2 down.
Oh, yeah.
The girl, the girl, the girl, the girl!
One shot all of them.
No, Fauci, one shot! Drunk, he's drunk.
I'm away, I'm away.
Front is our cities. Oh, yeah.
Underpass,
They're underpass.
Smash shots for you. I shot for you, Alex. He's right, Alex. He's right, baby. He's one shot. He's actually one shot. He's one shot, Alex. Still one shot.
You gotta play wide, play wide.
Hold on, Alex. I'm running.
Nice. Let's set up, let's set up.
I need shot him.
I'm in the alley back here. Yo, you guys wanna hold their second half?
Alex.
They might wait. They might wait.
Yeah, they are. 2 of them in the alley. 2 of them.
They're all 4 here. All 4 here. I'm shooting Krim one shot.
Down.
I'm shooting him again. I'm shooting him. Hydro hurt. One more alley. One shot Hydro, boys. I'm shot still.
Hey, Kid down. I'm flanking him, boys.
Watch out. I gotta get out.
I'm flanking him, boys.
I got one. There's 2 on the hill, guys. 2 on the hill. Yo, but they got TOX, I'm gonna shoot for them.
Low.
He's on you, bro.
He break me. I'm behind him.
Yo, guys, I'm pretty sure they're still
I'm behind him.
Actually, they're going B.
I'm behind him, Brian. Alright, I'm moving up.
They're all wing and going B. There's one going B. There's one more wing. I'm up. I think there might be 2. They want the wing. They want the wing for a fact, boys. Okay. They try to
They like.
2 are left.
I'm gonna get guy middle man. Guys, shoot this kid. Middle man.
There's a guy in this left corner here.
Still hurt.
He did.
Still hurt.
They're underpass.
They're going B. I'm going B. I'm gonna play close. I'm playing close on the stage. One's on the shot. There's 3 on the side of the map. Towards B.
Yeah. One of you guys get to us.
They need double break.
I just need a shot.
Don't get wiped.
How long till our shocks?
I'm playing ours. Enemy sighted.
3 here.
Flashback now.
They might put me. We have counter? No.
I can do it. The girl.
Nice.
Still hurt. They can't push. He's still pushing actually.
2 up top right now.
I'm here with you up top.
Me too. 3v2. Push up, Brian. Push up.
Back the ones. Back both.
Down.
Nice, good job. One more. Pocket. Nice, good shit. One more on back B. No death. No wide. Perfect. Beautiful, boys. That's it.
Perfect, bro. You guys are perfect.
Good hold.
Good shit.
Good job.
Beautiful,
Good
guys.
hold, Alex.
Beautiful.
You're the best.
Look at me, guys. I'm running around.
Wow. You know what I noticed about that listening that entire time?
Talk to
Calm,
me.
cool, collected. They stayed composed. And another thing, I heard Summons call something relevant out. I heard Mental and even Ashes in the back calling for certain timers. For the players are aware of everything going down around them, and they didn't need to yell over each other.
Yeah.
They weren't screaming that you heard in other listenings.
I was
from
gonna
other
say,
teams.
yeah.
And you guys got to realize these little differences matter, because you guys can miss a crucial call out because your teammate is yelling over you.
It's efficiency and quality, so to say. I mean, we heard other listeners throughout the entirety of Gears 4, and also yesterday here in Gears 5. Everybody's on the mic drowning it. Watch out. That's not the way to go. Make your calls precise. You know, you don't have to scream on the mic, and your teammates can hear you, man. All right, but the drop shot has currently been placed over in range. That's going to be right by a flashbang. So Let's see what TOX has under the sleeves, but take a look at the stats. Mental. It's just everybody assisting hard to get all of these eliminations, and nobody on EU's finest has more than 10 combined kills and assists.
Yep, so heads up play by EU on that weapon selection though, to put the drop shot towards the center where it changes up the fight a little bit, or at least you'd think. You know, both teams kind of running 3 instead of 4, and then that drop shot's over towards underneath. So Mental, TOX, getting the low side towards B, and then you got EU's finest taking the overlook towards the top, and they get a full view of the map.
Yeah, take a look at the patience right now by Mental, but also keep an eye on the marks. Every time TOX marks somebody, you see players start to shift around him to make sure that they win that fight according to numbers. But this one is definitely going to go in Crazy's favor. He's able to take out the IGL and explosives, get into double kill on Praise, and him and Phelps here putting on a clinic right now. This is going to be all at the Mental, the MVP, the clutch god, and he's going to get the 2K. Phelps and Crazy sent straight to the graveyard.
He walked through him like the Terminator there, and he just showed that you could realistically do anything you want. 18 eliminations, 2 deaths. Mental. He's probably one of the best players Gears of War has ever seen. Not just in one game, not just in 2, in any game this kid touches. And I remember him back in Gears of War 3 trying to make a name for himself. No one really gave him a chance.
No.
And mistakes. Shout out to Nick Merckx and Prospect for putting this guy on.
Oh, Nick Merckx, that's such a legend in the Gears of War scene. But EU's finest backs against the wall in regards to round count. But currently, they're going to be up by numbers, up by 30, so to say. But TOX with 2 hills in their favor, this round is extremely winnable. But Hydron making great use of the drop shot right now. You see EU's finest starting to Wolfpack, starting to attack with numbers. And with the down on Solars, he's currently pinged, he's tagged. I'm going to try to wrap around and get a kill, but still, this is going to be the scariest part of it. They were up by numbers. They weren't swarming to go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity against TOX.
Just thinking the same thing. You guys got to pay attention to how TOX plays with their numbers advantage compared to everybody else. TOX is a very aggressive team when they have numbers. They know they have the advantage, and then the players who are kind of by themselves in that 1v1 to hold it off, they know I don't need to do anything. My teammates will kind of win the rest of this round for me, and I can just chill from there.
All right, with a flashbang going out, Krim is going to be out of action, but the moment he's able to see, he sees 3 swarm members swarming his side, and they're going to back up from that fight with Hydron. Praise picked up a shot grenade right behind Hydron, picking up a kill, and here goes a push. EU's finest running in for a 2v3. And, yeah, TOX is going to get the best of him, so Craig is going to go ahead and run away.
Hydron kind of caught off guard by Praise off of the respawn there. You see TOX fighting their home hill back, forcing EU's finest back. But look at the score, ladies and gentlemen, 220 and counting for EU's finest.
Yeah.
They're in a good position in 15 less seconds. They're going to win this round here. You see Explosive going down next. EU's finest finally here showing some life in the 4th round, but they still trail about 3-1. Veli, is this a momentum shift or maybe just a bad round?
You know
for
what,
TOX?
man? I'm going to tell you now. There's no momentum shift. TOX, yeah, they lost the round, but they know what it takes to win. EU's finest, they're always cool, calm, and collected. Ever since they lost to TOX for the first time in Mexico City last year, I mean, they come up and they gotten better. And what makes me love them as a team is that they always learn after a loss, whether it's a map or a round, they pick things up fast. Why? Take a look at that man right behind him, Rubik's. Gotta love that guy.
You know what else he can do? He can dance pretty well.
Yes.
He can dance pretty well. He can dance pretty well. Right now, he needs to teach them some moves right now because it's just not working for him. That first round went in their favor, and pretty convincingly, especially towards the home hill. They kind of had him trapped there, but we need to see more of that. Whatever you called Rubik's, call it again.
All right, so we have a marks that currently being placed right on top of Overlook. And TOX, they're looking to add a little bit more to their utility, it looks like. The drop shot came in big for EU's finest, and EU's finest, so some can say that they pretty much dominated the drop shot meta back in Gears 4 not too long ago. So we all know this is their weapon of choice.
Interesting, though. TOX has yet to give Mental any kind of utility with that front spawn, so they probably have confidence in Mental doing what he's doing so far, plus reacting to kind of what's going down around EU. But on the flip side as well, TOX has been winning these rounds, so they're kind of forced to put that weapon down first. So maybe it's just not the meta right now to give Mental that grenade.
Yeah, the one thing about TOX, they have a lot of textbook gameplay, but the one thing that EU's finest does best, they're organized chaos and they get the job done, but not right now is TOX. They're gonna get it clean 4 kills. Once again, leaving Krim all alive. Yeah, Krim is good, and this is gonna be it. TOX made it fast. Well, no, it was broken,
You
yeah.
gotta realize, Hydro's not spawning up, Craze is not spawning up, but Craze actually spawning up near the end, wasting a respawn. Hydro's still yet to spawn up. Crim is even
Is
spawning
this what
up.
you want to
Crim even
do?
wasted a spawn there at the end.
Stop spawning!
I'm just a lot of loss for words right now.
Okay, so for those of you at home, the new thing about Gears 5, we have a certain amount of lives at the start of the half, and we get one more life after every round. If the game is done and you have 2 seconds left to go before the domination is completed, why waste respawns? Now you're down to life. So now we'll be getting to the nitty-gritty when, if this game actually gets close, EU's Finest are automatically behind.
Yep, but luckily for them, this is the half, or this is the last round of the half, so you can kind of invest everything into this round. You don't have to worry about not respawning, because at the second half, you kind of replenish those revives and it kind of restarts, but the weapons do not get wiped off the map.
Actually, PR, your wish came true. TOX actually gave Mental a bit of utility.
Oh, that's dangerous, because Mental's been doing it without it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that double kill with a flashbang on their
that's gonna
side
be
from
disgusting.
Mental, and then another one backed up by your teammate? You gotta question it. You gotta question it. But so far, EU's Finest, their game plan of passive style of gameplay, it doesn't even look like they're following their own game plan here.
No, not at all. Still close game, even though the score says something entirely different. Take a look at the overview of the map. You see the weapons dropped and also the handsome utility in place. You have one player currently going towards drop shot, but Krim, take a look at him. Getting a headshot on Summons.
Yeah, Bull Talk off the start, so good weapon given to Krim. Gave him a pistol, and now he used that Bull Talk with that headshot to get the drop shot, and getting a triple kill with it. Of course, Phelpsy was a 4-piece, but we're not going to count that one just yet. You see the remaining members of EU's Finest swarming around Explosive. He's going to fall next, so 4 members of TOX are going to fall. You see Solar's Praise, Mental all up right now, so that you know they have an opportunity here to fight back, but map position and everything is going to go in favor of EU's Finest.
Oh, one of the best support players over here on EU's Finest is going to be Hydro, dotting the marks, and with a tag on Mental, he's trying to get the headshot. No, he's not able to shave it off just a little bit, but still putting in so much damage, making it so much easier for the duo. Craze and Phelpsy to go ahead and clean up those kills, but you're a shot grenade coming through. Craze is going to go down, and Hydro is unable to help his teammates out at all.
I'm just so lost right now. TOX made that push look easy. Hydro telegraphed it. He told his team 3 people are pushing across. He let him know 1 was weak, 3 people kind of on the defense, and EU's Finest completely crumbled to the push. TOX is doing what they want when they want.
That was unfortunate. Hydro had such great placement over there with the marks, but it was a simple fact that EU's Finest, they fell victim to the shot grenades. Great utility placement by TOX, and all he said, you know, it's going to be the placements. We saw a little mishap or 2 happen last series, but they're perfect so far. So the gameplay starting to slow down. Over the 100-point mark is going to be EU's Finest, and after gaming, they're not too far behind. And here goes the team push.
Not a good push by EU's Finest there. 63 more members kind of crumbling. And I feel like you got to kind of eco the rest of this round out, given Hydro or Jack need to go big. I talked about eco, I forgot it's the last round of the half, so everyone's going to kind of spawn up right away. But this is where Optic Game is going to swarm. They know they don't need the home hill anymore. They need to take out these players' lives and swarm together like they're doing. It's Hydro. He's going to fall the Mental. And there goes a big play by Jack to try and even it up. But he has 2 more members of TOX in front of him. And with that said, he's going to fall next. So we talked about TOX, how they play with their lives. And they're already rotating around the map. You see a member going all the way back towards A. You have another member in the middle. And then the rest of TOX kind of towards the top of Overlook.
And in the span of a minute, Mental, the MVP for TOX, was able to pick up 5 kills and the marks. So EU's Finest, they were ahead, now they're behind, and TOX are looking to pick up this win. With the Botok in Krim's hands, he's looking to put in a few good shots. He's able to help his teammates out, and the ensigns are currently in his hands as well.
That's a big kill by Mental. That was a drop shot Jack had. Look at the score. They're going ahead. They're trying to go for a triple cap play. They don't even realistically need it. EU's Finest was on the home hill. Luckily for them, the round is going to be prolonged, but it might not be enough time. They need to break B. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Only person in position is going to be Hydro. If he doesn't get it, they will lose.
Yeah, Hydro currently full red, and Mental is just hounding him down. There's nothing to do, and EU's Finest, they're not going to be down 1-5. And I'm going to have to raise a question, PR, because you've been a coach on a professional level for so long. Crim has basically all of the utility for EU's finest. Should you spread the love just a little bit?
I mean, you gotta figure out what's working for you. You saw that big play by Mental on the screen, taking out Jack with a drop shot. Could have changed the tides, but Mental, like you talked about the MVP, but you don't really want to put it on one guy unless he's going off like Mental is, because that makes his job a little bit easier. But if you're kind of having a hard time, like kind of like EU's finest, that's when you want to spread the utility out. And I'm honestly surprised they barely gave Crim a bull talk. That's something you kind of want to see earlier on if you're getting dominated on this fight.
Yeah, take a look at this initial few utility nades going out. We have flashbangs and shot grenades, and everybody's blinded and going down. It's pretty much a bloodbath filled with a little bit of electricity, and Jack is going to take advantage of the scenario, taking out both Mental and Praise.
Yeah, great shot grenade thrown by EU's finest to kind of clean all of that one up. Now Explosive, he's forced to back up. Jack being the only one on the U towards B Hill. Phelpsy with the Lancer, trying to land as much damage on Explosive as possible. He's forced to back up. The members of EU Finest going for a flank. They don't know Explosive's there. He gets one with the meat shield, getting a lot of crossfire. He's still in a bad position. Can he stay up? No, EU's Finest finally taking out the captain of this TOX squad, but the MVP is still there.
Yeah, the MVP was taken out as well. Pretty much we have 2 MVPs on TOX. It's going to be Explosives and Mental winning back-to-back seasons. But Summons, the dangerous home hill 1v1 player, picks up the drop shot, and Crim takes his hat off with the bow talk. Getting another down. EU's Finest, oh, they're in a great place right now.
Yeah, especially with Crim with that bolt talk. He has height advantage. It looks like they're moving over to take over TOX's side of the map. This is our first half, so all the respawns are replenished, like we said. Instead of weapons being wiped off the map like you guys are used to, they're going to stay on the map, but the hills will continue to move location. You see E is over towards the range, with D and F being towards ATM on the side.
And the strategy and meta we've seen so far with the pseudo blocks, as Jordan has discussed a whole lot of times, and also locking out some power weapons for a couple of rounds, I believe it's going to be 3, is pretty amazing what Gear 5 is coming to bring us, especially here on E-League. Explosives has been cut out in O, but that's going to be 2 deaths in a row for the star in-game leader.
You see EU's Finest with 2 hills in their control, so it's up to TOX to kind of make this move. With Explosive down, you would think EU's Finest is trying to make a move, get the next weapon, especially with Jack having that drop shot, but we talked about their passive play, and with them being down 5-1, you gotta wonder what that's doing to the mental of this squad, because right now they're not being the aggressors. They have the power weapon, they have the bolt talk, they have the hills, so maybe they're just counting on some passive play, forcing TOX to look at the time and make a push that may be ill-advised. I don't see TOX making an ill-advised push.
It's pretty much an in-game pause for both teams. They pretty much sit back. They know that the shot grenades are coming through. Thanks to the coaches on both sides, and a headshot coming in from Phelpsy. They were able to get some utility, and swinging it around is going to be Explosives. He's waiting for the right opportunity. He's trying to gather some intel. We see what the players are with the X-ray vision, but he has no idea. But now he knows that Crim is right up there with a Markso.
Crim has everything to headshot.
Yeah.
He has the Markso, he has the Bolt-Talk. It looks like he has a shock as well, so you expect to see that shock probably come out right now. As you see, that separates Explosive for the rest of his team. This is an opportunity for EU's Finest to kind of take advantage. Explosive, he gets taken out exactly like we said. The rest of his teammates unable to follow up, but as this is going down, TOX, they also made a play for E, but it's going to get shut down as well, leaving Mental, the MVP, all by himself to make a play. He can't turtle back. He needs to go forward.
Hydro and Crim, they've both been so dynamic for this EU's Finest roster, both picking up great utility weapons, secondary support weapons, and making great use of it. But Hydro is going to be the main power weapon player, and with the sound coming through, that means EU's Finest, they're going to be primed to pick up yet their second round to cut the lead by 3. They're going to be down 2-5.
Yep, but that's what you got to do if you're EU's Finest. Talk about their passive play.
Slowly but surely.
I didn't necessarily agree with the drop shot thing, but that's why they're professionals and I'm not. You know, you win the round anyway.
You can still play at a good level.
I know, but I didn't want to have to say that because I don't want to go down and take a controller or 2.
You and Ribs can really make a team and make a run for top 8.
I mean, we were talking about it before. I don't want to. Ooh, that was a nice little play by Crim. that play right there, that last play on the highlight was reason why EU's Finest was kind of able to hold off with that headshot.
Yeah.
Crim just stopped them in their tracks, and that's it. Like I said, it's surprising that they didn't doing it sooner with Mental, because we saw it quick when TOX plays against the Simplicity before. They were giving Mental both utility and the pistol and making it happen, but Boom Shot now in the center underneath Overlook, and Drop Shot is also in the center but lower towards range, so big weapons in the center of the map, and a disable
That's
coming
smart.
out from TOX. That is actually really smart, especially with two big power weapons on the map. Now TOX has every opportunity here to take control of both power weapons. They have flashbangs, they have shocks, they have everything they need.
Yeah, with a boom shot and a drop shot placed right in the middle, it's going to start looking like a Michael Bay movie. It's going to be all about who can get their hands on either of those weapons first. You see the drop shot? That's pretty much the second point of focus, with the main going to the boom shot. Separate 2v2s. Phelpsy is going to be the first one to pick up the big explosive power weapon. But coming out of a shot grenade, he's going to go down. The Solars tries to clean him up. And yeah, Phelpsy, he's able to get away. Barely explosives, is not able to clean up the kill.
Wow, I'm actually pretty shocked that he was able to get out with that boom shot. So big plays by Phelpsy there to take control, or at least take control of the biggest power weapon that is in play right now, because drop shot has not even been picked up just yet.
No.
So you can expect EU's Finest to kind of rotate that boom shot around, and that's where they make a play for E, along with that drop shot as well. You see Phelpsy with the high ground over towards their first half home hill. So that's where anybody trying to make a play from TOX on the flank or the center of the map should be taken out with the boom shot. Everyone else from EU's Finest should be able to coordinate some sort of a push. But as I say that, right now, if you look at the split second between the two teams, 24 to about 25, TOX will be the first ones to be forced to make a move.
Yeah, the meta pretty much seems to be the definition of a trickle-down effect. Everybody went straight for the boom shot, and once you do that, you start off at the top of the map and you work your way all the way down, getting the drop shot, getting map dominance, and then ultimately control of the entire game. But with the gameplay slowed down, I'm pretty sure that utility is being collected on both sides, and both teams are waiting for the right advantage. You have Marxus in play, you have shot grenades in play, including an incendiary grenade, so there's a lot of dangerous weapons out there. You don't want to make the wrong step, and with $80,000 on the line for first place, these guys, they're playing worried right now. They're cautious.
That's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
You guys
I want to play again. I'm trash, but
y'all
hey,
need
I
a
wanna
six?
try.
Can we split that 6 ways, guys?
Look at the coach again. We need you on the desk,
Maybe.
PR.
I can do everything. I'll coach myself, playing, while casting myself. But Prey's kind of slowing down here. It's not necessarily scared to make the play, but this is very, very crucial for TOX. We talked about that split-second difference, so they're going to be the first ones to be forced to make the push. Phelpsy does have the boom shot, which kind of stops every push. Krim with the Boltok as well, so TOX just waiting for the right moment.
Praise he has the drop shot sitting right there in front of his face, but he's staring consequence in the eyes. And when the shot grenade coming out, Jack, he's gonna come up on the flank, taking Praise out. And moving a little bit closer towards the drop shot, someone's gonna pick up the incendiary grenade, and the gameplay is gonna speed up just a little bit. And just by a little bit, as EU's Finest is starting to gain more and more map control. The Solars is gonna bunk up with one of his teammates.
Yep, Solars has the Marxa, he has the Incense, he has kind of a long-range arsenal at his disposal, but Jack getting another boom shot, so that they have two different players with boom shots, so they have all the opportunity here to make the last stand.
Oh, wow.
But Mental, the MVP, taking out Hydrone. Luckily for them, it was not the boom shot player, and if Mental is going to make this push, it is going to be against, the boom shot player. You see Phelpsy rotating with that other boom shot as well, so two boom shots kind of looking like they're going to protect EU Finest hope, but Phelpsy was taken out with a long-range Marxa shot by Solars. Triple cap opportunity coming out by TOX.
No.
This can't happen if you're EU's Finest.
No.
And there you have it. EU's Finest kind of chokes away that round. I don't even know what just happened.
I'm confused. What is life? What is life? So when the gameplay slowed down, everything was on EU's Finest side. They had the power weapons, they had the utility, they had map control and dominance, and they especially had numbers with that nice flank that Jack had on Praise. But everything fell off. Once Hydrone tried to run up against Mental, they knew Mental was there, but Jack didn't follow him, leaving him all alone. So once he got down, he was unable to get up. Mental capitalized on that. The boom shot power weapon player went down. Next thing you know, TOX domed. They swarmed around the map, got the triple cap. That was all she wrote.
I'm still trying to think what reason kind of Phelpsy would have to rotate right there, because they had another boom shot player kind of underneath. Give him time right there. Hydrone obviously died. You wait up top, protect that boom shot player, and then that boom shot player will also rotate towards the hill kind of where Phelpsy was going. So Phelpsy kind of didn't need to throw his life away, but you see the disable coming out for EU's Finest, and that's going to kind of even up the fight for 2 rounds, but then that leaves EU's Finest open with a shock when it does come back, if they're able to make it that.
Yeah, the Europeans panicked just a little bit, but now they're looking TOX in the face as they are now on map point. All they need is one more round, and EU's Finest, they're going to have to play perfect, and Jack is starting things off right, taking out Solars, picking up the boom shot. Now with a 2v2 happening on the top of Overlook, now make that a 3v2 for EU's Finest. They're going to have to play it slow and precise. And Hydrone going down doesn't help the case at all.
No, you got to wonder how Hydra goes down there, because as soon as Jack gets not only the kill on Solars, but with the boom, that's where you kind of got to use your teamwork. There's no one should be caught out of position in a weird fight, even if you have 3v3 going on. Yeah. There's no reason to lose or even risk a life, but luckily for them, Jack is going to be able to watch the flank for them. That's something TOX Gaming has been able to do very well. You see that, why is he pushing in? Jack showing all the confidence in the world. He has the boom shot there as well.
Yeah,
so opportunity, explosive to get a kill here. Use Finest, kind of showing no fear.
Oh, Crimin Jack picking up 2 straight kills, but Summons on the other side of the map, picking up a double of his own. Make that 3 straight for TOX. So around that, Use Finest looked like they were going to dominate. All of a sudden, Crim, once again, the story of this map. The last player alive is Hydra and Phelpsy come out of spawn. TOX, all they need, 6 seconds to go ahead and dominate these hills and walk out the map. But Use Finest is starting to fight back now.
Yep, Solar's also getting control of that second spawn drop shot. So they have the power weapon in their hands. They have numbers advantage as well, but Use Finest not slowing down just yet, but maybe they should have, as Hydro kind of picked apart down, and they're baiting that down, trying to see if somebody's going to go for the revive so they can get a second kill. You see multiple members of Use Finest trying to do what they can to help, but the numbers from TOX kind of seems too strong, even with Solars rotating this drop shot towards that overlooked position. He kind of could see anywhere, but he's going to go ahead and keep the players of Use Finest guessing where he's at, where that drop shot is at, because if they don't know where you're at, they kind of have to make cautious plays.
And this is where it starts to get scary. TOX currently have the numbers, they have the rounds, and they currently have the only power weapon on the map so far with the drop shots. So it's going to be all up to them if they want to go ahead and make this push. You see Solars, a very strong power weapon player since he started playing Gears of War. He's currently eyeing out the competition, seeing what they plan on doing. He realized the boom shot was picked up, and he's waiting for the perfect opportunity. But first, he's going to regroup with Mental, trying to make something happen.
Rotating around the map, things should begin to slow down, but with Phelpsy getting that first boom shot kill,
they don't have to do too
much, but they get the kill, they back up. Right now, to me, it seems like, I don't even know if TOX will spawn. I think Prey should spawn up, but I don't know if they should on Use Finest side. Look at the score. It's getting kind of out of hand. You want to be able to save some respawns for the later of these rounds where you can have a fresh start where it's 0-0 instead of being forced to make a play in less than 30 seconds. TOX will secure this round.
You know, PR, we're going to have to say that your lives don't even matter at this point if you're on Use Finest. This is it. If TOX go ahead and win in 20 more seconds, Use Finest, lives aren't even going to matter. And speaking of lives, Explosives, he's on the verge of losing his, but he gets saved as Jack comes in along with Phelpsy and Craze, cleaning up 3 straight nice kills for TOX. I mean, Use Finest.
Mental's in the right place at the right time. TOX Use Finest, just like you said, and he's showing the emote at TOX takes a 7-2 victory, but Mental, he knows he didn't need to fight, he didn't need to defend anything. All he had to do was kind of sneak around, wait for Use Finest to do anything, and then there he just runs right past him.
So pretty much, what would you say the name of the game was on that end for TOX? Because it pretty much looked like business as usual. They started the game off pretty, reminiscent of what they did on Gears 4. They wolfpacked, fought in numbers, and whenever they were up in numbers, they went ahead and swarmed for the trip cap. It was pretty insane. But ladies and gentlemen, map number 1 is gone to TOX, 7-2, and the story is Use Finest, the boys from overseas, are they going to be able to come back and even things out? We'll find out soon after this break.
Stupid ass kids.
Well played, man.
Nice.
Yeah, weapon pick. Phelpsy was shot! Drunk, he's drunk. Goofy.
This kid's insane?
Yeah.
They're 1 round.
He ran across the map, bro. I'm on the way, man.
Grim lighting up that main stage in round number 1. Phelpsy with the save! Oh! Sleepy time going absolutely massive. It's gonna be 3 for Hydro. This is great stuff from EU's Finest.
EU's Finest has always had this swagger about them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Boost Mobile Casting Desk. I'm Billy, right here's my man's PR, and what we saw from that number 1 was pretty much, it was slight domination.
Yeah, it's kind of what we saw, last season with TOX kind of dominating the opposition. We talked about Use Finest being one of the stronger teams coming into today, but that's not what I saw.
No, not at all. And even though they lost as such a large margin, the matches were actually extremely close. It was just timing and strategy, which is what Use Finest didn't have at all. But Map number 2, we're going to go straight to District. Sorry to talk over you,
No,
man.
I mean, we're both just excited right now. Map number 2, District, one of our new maps. I've seen so many teams kind of love this map, and it's just the way you're able to separate from the top and the bottom with those side weapons that you're able to put down and upgrade towards the boom shot. When the middle lane is also so open, so you got to kind of think, you got to kind of use smokes, even flashbang, shock, everything that you're able to put down. You just need to think just a little bit more than you're kind of used to in Gears of War 4, because the respawns, the weapon placements,
it's crucial.
Everything. And it's just, this game is also so new to these players. I've only been playing it for a couple of days. It comes down to chemistry and how you're playing right now. TOX playing lights out, so EU's finest. They need these early rounds to kind of shift the momentum around and gain it back. So to me, it's going to have to come down for EU's finest. It's going to come down to how they come out the gate, if they're going to start off swinging or they're going to fall into a hole.
The important thing to note is that both of these teams are learning as they go, because this is probably, I believe, the 3rd or 4th day ever touching this game. So they were learning new strategies, and man, that Swarm is a handsome guy. I like it.
Yep.
But moving into this map, speaking with the pro players, speaking with the talent, even some of the staff, this is by far one of the most favorite maps here in Gears 5 so far. I feel like it's extremely dynamic.
No,
the flanks are there. It's extremely strategic. There's so much you can do, and every type of play style is valued here. Yep. Pretty big. But jumping into map number 2, we're going to have TOX currently up 1-0, facing off against the EU's finest.
Yep, so opening up, we see very, very similar strategies. Both guys sending a guy down to cap the home hill, one in the middle, and then kind of 3 towards this theater side of the map. You see teams kind of playing it differently. TOX choosing to kind of run away and kind of give it up, looking for a double home hill type strategy, or even push it through the middle. You see the flashback coming out. Nobody able to take advantage of the kill on Mental, but EU's finest players are forced so far back. They're not even in the center part of the map right now. TOX just coming out strong.
Yeah, with the flashbang coming out, Mental was momentarily taken out of play, but once he was able to get his vision and his health back, he runs right back in there to help out his teammate Praise. And with a little bait and switch currently being teased, Phelpsy is still untouched as Mental has nothing he can do to stop him from shooting his teammates.
Yeah, Praise kind of holding this. But like you
something
said,
has to move. Something has to go.
Somebody has to move, but we talked about EU's finest passive playstyle. In my opinion, they need to adopt a page out of their own Gears of War 4 playbook. Make a play. Show the same confidence that you guys shown in the previous title, because although you have to do it smart, you have to care for your life, but you still need to be able to maintain that aggression, because right now the meta, that you see a lot of these ghost gaming, you also saw Reciprocity, you see TOX, they are aggressive, and that's exactly how you need to play, but it needs to be strategic aggression.
I'm going to be honest, the fear is still there. The fact that Mental was there with Praise, a little bit away with a Lancer. EU's finest, they could have ran in for a 2v1 against Mental, but you know what? They're giving him way too much respect in that no. But TOX are finally going to be up 110 points, and EU's finest 10 seconds away from reaching the 100-point club.
Interesting. Neither team really having a high impact in the eliminations department. Obviously, you see EU's finest going for a decap. Almost going down. Praise, luckily he has a teammate there to revive him, but you see the first push coming out for EU's finest. They going for the kills, leaving Explosive down for a moment. He's gonna get cleaned up. Craze got that one. Hydro getting the second one on Solars as well. Mental kind of hiding, doing what he can, giving away his position, but it's on his side of the map. I don't expect EU's finest to push. I expect them to kind of set up, regain the lead, and then go from there. But on the other side, TOX Gaming, they're gonna go for some sort of a push.
But those are the type of plays that put EU's finest on the top of the tier list, is the fact that their aggression is unmatched whenever they're all playing for each other. With that being said, Phelpsy's gonna go ahead and take out Praise, one of the Gears UE MVPs for TOX. Every time I say a player's name on this roster, one of them won an award, it feels like.
No, I can
Yeah,
agree with that.
three of the last MVPs are on TOX.
Praise.
So, yeah, Praise, Mental, Explosives.
Wow.
Summons the 1v1 king on game battles.
Wow.
Hey, that's that.
Praised, well, I mean, praised. Everybody knows praised.
It's such a storied team, such a storied roster, and we've seen dynasties throughout the entirety of Gears of War with Infinity, the Insanes, and we always thought, can any team ever top this? TOX has done exactly that, but Praise is currently struggling. He's going to be 0-3 at the moment as he gets cleaned up by Jack, and with the time running out, EU's finest, they're looking to take the lead for the first time ever this series. All we need, 3 more seconds.
Very, very interesting. Interesting here because TOX, they started off slow. Obviously, this is just one round, but they also started off slow yesterday against Simplicity on this map, taking them to a round number 13. You got to question if we're going to see something similar. Use Finest. I talked about they got to come out of the gates swinging. They got to come out on top, especially early on against a team like TOX who can kind of pull it back at any moment during the match. You don't want to be in a hole later on when you need to come back, because that's when they'll have all their confidence. They'll just be pushing everything. And
there were some whispers backstage as the flashbang's currently being placed on the side of EU's Finest. There were some whispers backstage that TOX isn't this hot on this map. They're not this good on this map. And, you know, they're struggling. We saw that against Simplicity where, as you said, they started off slow, but they were able to come out with the win. EU's Finest, if they play their cards right, we're going to a third map, and you know, we'll make Ribs on the desk a happy man.
We talked about having to play it aggressive. I think TOX heard me. Maybe they want to play it aggressive too. They're throwing that boom shot towards the lower half of the map, kind of forcing this play to go down. You see flashbangs coming out. Mental, he's gonna get the quick pick and a double kill to start off the round. TOX not slowing down here just yet.
It was the timing. Somehow Mental won the 1v2 over there, being able to get the boom shot and getting the double kill. But you have to question, how did Mental get there so fast compared to EU's Finest? It's the timing, it's the route running. He was on point. He makes sure he gets there in the fastest way possible, and because of that, TOX, they're on top.
Yep, using his boom shot, knowing his Lancer's up, goes back for it. That way he can continue kind of support his teammates there. As you see, the next one is not going to be up for around 80 seconds, so we got about a minute and a half of gameplay before the next boom shot, and when that boom shot is going to be up, that's when teams can begin to rotate. But if you look at TOX, they have A, they have C. You see their numbers towards the bottom half of the map. They're probably setting up all their resources to be able to get this next boom shot, because right now TOX, they're going to go for a hold on EU Finest home hill, right? By the time EU's Finest probably breaks the home hill, boom shot is closer to being up, and they can easily turtle back, get the boom shot, and then reuse it for the hill.
So the Europeans threw an NA nade over towards the A hill. Phelpsy ran in, got full red, and it was a failed attempt altogether. Wasted utility, failed attempt, and now you're down to life. That was such a bad push by EU's Finest, but you're going to have to blame the utility player. I'm not sure who it was, but whoever led that charge, man, it was really bad. That was their opportunity. If he threw it a little bit further, he was going to be able to blind at least two of the players behind cover on TOX, which would have made that push so much more effective. But the outcome didn't work out.
I don't like what I'm seeing at all right now, but I don't like it. I don't like it. 20 seconds on the next boom shot. TOX Gaming have 4 members over towards EU's Finest home hill. A big flank opportunity coming out from Craze. They're going to see it coming. He misses the shot, gets taken out. 3 members of TOX are going to get kills. Boom shot is going to be up in about 10 seconds. TOX have everything they need to close out this round, and that's another kill from Explosive. Krim, he's going to do what he can to hold down B, but Veli, I do think it's too late. As boom shot now in the hands of Mental. Krim in a 1v2, and neither player of TOX is being over-aggressive. They know he has to come to them. He has to hop over for the hill, and he doesn't want to waste that life as he goes and watches himself kind of lose the round. Nothing he can do there.
I mean, you have TOX players in the hill just two-step, and they're like, hey, listen, you got to come to us. We don't have to come to you. And they're able to pick up the clean round, but it seems like EU's Finest, they're lost at the moment. It all started from a push over an arcade with the scuffed flashbang, the bad utility placement, and everything else. The bad flank by Craze could have turned the entire round around, but he was unable to clutch up the 1v1, which is something that we know him by.
You got to question what's going on in their mental right now, because they're a passive team. They took so long to even attempt anything on their home hill, and then when they did, Craze kind of just flew in with his shotgun. Imagine if he stays there and just lights every player up in the back.
It was a well-calculated play, but boy, was he bad at math. It was everything they ever wanted, but hey, you know, Christmas comes again next year, so good luck next time. All right, but coming into this next game, 5 seconds ago, TOX, they're looking to run away with this 2-0 if they continue to keep up this type of momentum, this type of fierceness in their gameplay. They're just so precise. The scariest thing about TOX at the moment is that we don't see the top-tier gameplay from Explosive that we've seen, maybe because he hasn't been put in that position, but when all of these players are on point, this is a scary roster.
First blood's gonna go ahead and go to TOX. as Summons takes out Praise, but the boom shot fight still going down, looking like it's going in favor of EU's Finest, but not if a big flank from Praise is going to come out. 2 of the MVPs on the squad going to go ahead and count for 2 of the kills, plus the boom shot. Luckily for EU's Finest, Phelpsy on the other side of the map is picking up a few kills to try and keep it relatively even, but TOX with the advantage, with the boom shot in the hands of the MVP, it's only a matter of time before a good aggressive push comes out from them, but it's all a matter, can EU's Finest hold on?
And speaking of EU's Finest, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say we go in for a little listening for EU's Finest.
I have a flash. Are we ready or no?
How many are we could kill this kid off spawn, I'm not even joking.
He just spawned. He just spawned, by the way.
We should kill this kid in their spawn.
It's Crimin.
Alright, well, we just wait then. Literally.
Just wait for the kill to come through.
I'm running through their spawn now.
He's in the right corner on the door.
Alright, I think
Is that the kid with
he's on the hill, isn't he?
I don't know.
Wait, my controller, what's it doing?
It's weird.
We can't do anything.
I've got a flashlight.
Are we playing both or what?
There's
2 on the L. 2 on the L.
2 on the L.
Oh, they're rotating back to yours.
Jack, can you see their L from
I can shoot explosive from this hill, you know?
On that corner.
I can shoot him from here. Watch my push, Grim.
Okay.
Wait, that.
Smoking us, I can't see a thing. That's been mirrored. Meadows got boom.
Yeah. You only have 2 on that side. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can shoot for you boys when you push.
They're both on this cell.
I can shoot.
This got shot.
Summons! Watch out! No. Let's go.
Which one's rotating back?
Wait, Meadow may have put it back.
Can't even get them.
Meadow's got the boom. Meadow's actually got the boom. Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here.
Push it up. Get your shot.
Oh, boom's up in 15 seconds, literally. I see he's just doing it.
Oh, he's on next boom. He's already on next boom.
Push this kid.
They can have their home.
Oh, you need to pull that side now. Go that side.
I'm gonna land to your L. Look at your L.
Yeah, we are.
Explosive.
I need help.
They're weak.
I'm coming. I'm gonna flash him.
Oh, I need help, man.
Stay up, Matt.
I'm up in 5, Matt. I'm up in 5.
Let's get 2 pushing our doubles. On our doubles.
One more second.
Well played, Matt.
I'm going back the hill.
Yeah, we need to go there. Everyone go there.
I need help.
Oh shit, no, Menno's on my hill still.
How much you going to well?
If we go back and cap our hill, we're good on points.
Bricks on my. I need help.
Nice.
I'm coming.
I'm going, Jack. I'm going. Okay, go.
Shoot Solus. This is hard.
On Will. Well played, Will.
On the plan.
We need a break now. We need a break now.
So weak. He's down.
One an L.
I've battled him. Help him. He's bricked. No, the kid's down. No, the kid's still down. Go.
Get the break. Well played.
Get the down up on those stairs.
I'm flashing out.
They're on B.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm coming, Grim. Where are they?
He's still on B. I'm literally. I'll sit in that corner. They're gonna probably try and break this.
I'm coming to B.
They had the break. Can we get B?
Yeah, we have B.
Go help their hill. There's Go.
Get 3 in the home. Do not get wiped. We'll win off points.
Yeah, Ben, help me hold this then. You two stay there.
No, they can't.
Don't let them get their own
Oh,
help.
that's a break.
Got break, yeah.
Should have break. Don't let them break B.
We're past you. 2v1.
I broke.
No, I rolled. Fuck.
No, don't let them break B.
They both B.
No, man.
Fuck, man. It's my bad.
Fuck.
Was it just a 1v?
Yeah, he misrolled.
I rolled it, man.
We
He would have
saw
got a break
stellar-
anyway. I should have landed.
Even better gameplay, but PR. But that, what's your immediate takeaway about what happened?
I just gotta think this EU's Finest squad is just playing extremely, and I want to stress, they are playing extremely too passive right now.
Yeah.
They are taking too much time to take their home hill back. They're never really in position to get the next boom shot. We saw a player there kind of kill Praise as he picked up the second boom shot, but they're never in position to get these next boom shots. Their timers are off, and even their push timing or their flank timings are kind of off. They need to begin to pull it together, whether they go back to their Gears of War style of play or kind of throw something at them from something you don't even normally do, kind of maybe even a drop shot toward the top to kind of split up the fight, because like I said, you're not winning that initial down low. Something needs to change if you're EU's Finest, and to be honest, anything needs to change.
Pretty much what's happening is that EU's Finest, rather than making their own opportunity, they're waiting for the perfect moment. And the difference between the two is that one of them, you're waiting way too long for it to happen. If they go ahead and make their own opportunities out of the numbers and the advantages that they have, I mean, so to say, they only needed 20 more seconds to win. No, not even. It was, 10 more seconds to win because they had a 2-1 hill lead. If they made those pushes just a bit more faster to capture that hill, to capture most of these points, they would have won that round, but they were able to lose at the very last second. TOX. But with the boom shot in Mental's hand, he's able to get there faster. The utility comes out to help him out, and yeah, Jack, he's finding his biggest hope with the drop shot.
First shot going out from Mental. He has boom shot. He has another shot.
Oh no.
Use Finest doing a good job defending their home hill for the moment. Praise getting taken out by Phelpsy, forcing Mental to kind of backtrack. Jack doing what he can, but he gets a team kill as well. Explosive getting another one. So Mental in a position here to kind of take the free home hill, or maybe even wait for a player. Krim knows he's there. Boom shot gonna be coming out. He gets a direct shot on Jack. Pushing it for more. He's feeling all the confidence. Full red. Oh my God, I was about to die right here on the desk.
Mental with the precise boom shot, able to hit Jack right in the forehead. And now TOX currently with a 2-1 lead, not only in the rounds but also hills. And taking a look at an overview of the map, all those red bodies over near Pergola, that's going to be EU's finest. They're all chunked together, waiting for their opportunity, the right moment to get control of not only Juice Bar but also Cinema. But with a player spreading around towards Arcade, he's going to be in a prime position to either force a 1v1 over at Hotel or provide excellent cover fire for his teammates around the map.
Right now, it does look like TOX is going to set up. They're going to wait for this push that should eventually come out from EU's Finest. You see multiple members. Novelli said it. There's 4 towards the Pergola. Right now, there's 1 in Juice. There's 3 on the sides for EU's Finest. On the other hand, it's kind of 2 in the middle and 2 towards Cinema for TOX.
But look at this. This is what I'm saying. Over at Cinema, we're looking at a 3v2 scenario. And it took a total of 10 seconds for EU's Finest to even engage into that fight. Nope, that's time wasted, time gone. And now they're going to have the B hill, which is going to help them out greatly. As long as they can hold on to that, they can move towards ATM and Info to clean out the 2 remaining members on TOX.
So right now, it does look like TOX. They're going to go ahead and try and make a play for this decap summit. He's going to go down. Flashbang in the hands of Praise. It's actually 2 smoke grenades in the hands of Praise. He's going to go and get to that. And the decap. The decap is something I want to highlight because EU's Finest needs 2 hills. They actually almost need 3 here. If any more time clicks off without them getting the decap on TOX. So time is of the essence right now. EU's Finest does not have a lot of it, but luckily for them, Praise, Krim getting 2 big kills, forcing the members of TOX back right now as you see summons towards their home hill. And they're still holding on. Lots of crossfire coming out. Another drop shot, unable to connect. Praise showing no fear, protecting that home hill with his life right now as he's doing all he can before getting taken out. Summit gets flashbang.
Yeah,
look at the time. It's almost just not enough.
It's over. It's over. You're on EU's Finest. Listen, save your lives. And hey, try again next round. But this entire win is going to go to Mental and Explosive. They tried to get some real estate over in a Juice Bar. Even though they died, it took so much time off of the clock from EU's Finest because they kept swarming their side of the map, now allowing them to spread things out to capture those hills that were needed. TOX started off hot, and hey, they never looked back. EU's Finest had a really hard time trying to fight back from those points.
And there's one thing I want to take a look at kind of when we get into the next round instead of the overhead map. I want to look at the scoreboard. I want to point one thing out for you.
Waldo Cleaner, I know you're in the back.
That scoreboard, Gears Gods, flashbang being placed by EU's Finest.
No, that was TOX. Yeah, this is EU's Finest.
They placed the flashbang. They know they have control over that boom shot towards the bottom side of the map. Even with the drop shot in the hands of EU's Finest, they were unable to make anything of it. You see the shot grenade being upgraded, but they're kind of same, but like flipped. So the bottom side for TOX has the shock. The top side for EU's Finest has the shock. So there, you could tell TOX is going to go for the boom shot. EU's Finest should, in theory, go for the drop shot. But if you look at the scoreboard, look at the eliminations for EU's Finest compared to the eliminations for... It's insane. They're doing more in teamwork and possibly even getting these kills, but they're not doing anything with them. That's what we're talking about. They're playing extremely too passive right now.
Why does Mental get the boom shot every single round without even being threatened? And the moment Mental runs out with the boom shot, Phelps says, hey, I want to go to the boom shot spawn now. You know what? There's nothing there now. You gave away the most valuable prize on the map, and already TOX, they're going to be on top. But taking a look at the kills, the thing is, it's an objective game, man. It's an objective game. It's also a Slayer game. But TOX, they're playing the objective game, making sure that the rotations are swift, and that just shows that even though they have a lower amount of kills, all of those kills are efficient. They all count.
Wow, Mental tried to get praise, the boom shot, and praise said, I don't need it. I'm playing extremely well as is. You look at the setup kind of from both teams right now. E's Finest going to be the ones to kind of have to, I want to say they have to make the push, but realistically they don't in this round. But with the drop shot in the hands of Mental, Phelpsy, or boom shot in the hands of Mental, drop shot in the hands of Phelpsy, you're going to see a good defense opportunity with Phelpsy getting 2 drop shots compared to Mental's 1 boom shot. But luck has not been on EU's Finest side, but I think if any round is going to be the one, it is going to be this one because it's the first time so far that TOX is forced to kind of make this push.
Yes, and take a look at the mini-map. We actually have 45 seconds until both the drop shot and the boom shot are currently spawned. And with that being said, we're going to have 2 players on each side of Pergola and ATM guarding the drop shot. We have 2 players over in Info and Juice, which are the middle of the map for both teams as well. Yet a 1v1 over the boom shot, which comes up in half a minute. I love this feature. Coaches, hey.
Step your game up.
Step your game up. There you have it. So in about 20 seconds now, hey, both teams are ready to get loose and pick up these power weapons, which is going to be where the game is going to start to pick right back up as both teams now hit the 100-point club.
Lots of passive gameplay here. You see nobody really wanted to make that mistake going for B just yet. We talked about EU's Finest waiting for the perfect moment, but right now TOX looks like they're trying to create the perfect moment right now. You see someone's with a shock. You see flashbangs as well. I also do know they got another one. You see another flash coming out. Drop shot fake coming out because they do know Phelpsy still has it in his hand. One coming out, unable to connect, but a double kill from Mental with the boom shot is going to connect. TOX creating opportunities for them to push forward. Mental going to be in the back line for this team, and now EU's Finest kind of flustered. They're forced around nowhere they want to be, but TOX everywhere they want to be.
All Phelpsy has is a drop shot, but TOX are going to have both of the power weapons in their hands as well in regards to the boom shot, also the drop shot, and add on to that, Summons and Praise picked up a little bit of utility. Shot grenade, and also I believe it was a flashbang. And TOX, they're loaded, man. They're stacked. They're waiting for any push that EU's Finest would love to make. With that being said, the push is now coming in, and Solars gets the triple kill with the drop shot. Waited for the perfect opportunity, and boy, it paid off.
I don't think he waited for the perfect opportunity. They created that perfect opportunity. It started with Mental pushing across, getting that double kill, forcing the decap on their homes. That way when the members of EU Finest spawned up, they were forced to go there, and that's where the drop shot was kind of waiting, and Solars took complete advantage, and that's what we're talking about, the difference between these two teams. EU's Finest waiting for the perfect opportunity, and just, it's not coming. But on the other hand, TOX Gaming, they're creating these opportunities. They're doing what they want to do when they want to do it, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Solars with a triple kill with the drop shot because the players of EU's Finest were forced to kind of retake their home hill back.
There was no communication. Nobody knew where Solars was, and they should have known that there was a drop shot on the map primed for a position where they were actually pushing. And we took a look at the stats where EU's Finest, they're slumping TOX when it comes to stats. And, you know, I always have a saying, stats are kind of like bikinis, you know, they show a lot but not everything. Even though EU's Finest are on top and, you know, they're getting all these pretty kills, yes, that's nice, but you're not winning. They're not attributing, you know, to the win-lose column for you. Well, they're not attributing to the win column for you, but definitely, you know, you're catching
They're attributing to your lose column, that's for sure.
Yeah, you take a look at this, you would say, okay, Krim and Phelpsy, they're slapping TOX left and right, but TOX, they get the power weapons, and they get the kills during their pushes to win the game. Efficiency is the name of the game, and they dominated it. But Mental, he's going to finally get challenged over in his boom shot area. Jack comes in, and Mental puts him straight to sleep.
And
boom shot's
on the other side of the map, no drop shot in the hands of EU's Finest. Boom shot looks like it's going to be shot. Going a little too high. Solar's going to get that drop shot. We've seen what he can do with it once. It's only a matter of time before he puts it to use again, because with B, the neutral hill in their favor, eventually EU's Finest will be forced to kind of go for either C or B. And if you look at Solars, he's set up. He's ready to go. He knows the push is coming out soon. Lands a good shot with a shotgun, but he's getting pushed, forced back. But it's not for nothing. Like I said, he has the drop shot still.
Okay, this is scary. For those of you that know Explosives good and well, Explosives just picked up the Retro Lancer. The Retro Lancer was Explosives' doomsday device. Whenever it was in his hands, players dropped immediately, like you just saw Hydro going down, and this weapon isn't placed at all in professional play. Explosives is the one player that says, hey, this is my gun, I'm going to put my stamp on it. This is mine. I'm going to dominate everybody on the map, and whenever he touches it, it's mostly when he's mad. He rains terror across the entire map. And we saw it firsthand.
Yeah, and it's just crazy he even stayed alive. I saw him kind of misroll outside of this doorway, kind of wall bounce around, getting it down on one, staying alive and getting another one. EU's Finest. They have some big moves to make. You see the overhead map over here. Mental. That's a dojo right here. Getting another double kill. And he gets down, but not even taken out. Felpsy unable to land a couple of shots there to secure it. But Solars with his drop shots, that's another one taken out. Felpsy, TOX are running the show.
Efficiency once again as TOX. They're able to get yet another kill with the drop shot thanks to Solars. Over 5 seconds ago, domination is coming through. EU's finest cannot find their footing as TOX has their foot all over their throats. This is bad.
This is not fun.
This is bad.
This is not fun if you use finest, but you got to kind of think, what is going to change? When is the moment going to happen for use finest to where they adopt their Gears of War 4 style of play? Throw a smoke, get loose. Throw a flashbang, get loose. You can even throw a shock and get loose. You guys can throw whatever you want and get loose, but the point is you need to get loose.
One thing I also want to point out, speaking of shock grenades and utility, the one thing that TOX did extremely well, which was extremely smart, they locked a shot grenade on EU's finest side. So going towards Cinema, EU's finest had no utility to help him out. And once again, just give him into the boom shot every single round. Boom shot has had the boom shot every single round. No challenge at all.
I don't even think EU's finest has gotten any of the respawns on that boom shot. See Mental kind of holding it down. Knows somebody's going to have to push into him. Connects with another kill with a boom shot. He has 19 eliminations and probably about 18 boom shot kills.
Why would you push that knowing that you're giving Mental a free boom shot on a silver platter and then you roadie run right into his face? That's not the play, it's not the move, and it didn't work out for you that way.
Solars getting the drop shot, picking off Crim as well after picking up the drop shot. So Mental is staying alive, full red. We've seen him do this time and time again. It's not going to happen this time, but Felpsy finally taking him out. Mental getting taken out of the bandstand. Felpsy's going to hold it down as Praise takes him out. So no more bandstand for EU's finest. The control of that boom shot is going to continuously be in the hands of TOX.
Felpsy finding himself 80% red. He still pushed the fight against one of the best shotgun players in the game on TOX Gaming, which is going to be praised. And with a little bit of support coming on his end, see Hydro go out of the picture. With a little bit of support coming on Felpsy's end, he still wasn't able to win the fight. In that scenario, like Benson was telling me at the desk, sometimes you just got to run away. You got to value your life. You got to run away if you know you're not going to win that. And White challenged that if you're more hurt than the opposing player.
Trying to think of some sort of push that EU's finest can make. They're going to have to do a little bit of a split push, but then they have to change it to the same direction. So that means you're going to need to push towards home or towards the top side of the map, and then you change direction, rotate through mid, and then push one side of the map. You have to do it as a team, and you have to do it soon, because look at this. Look at the clock. Yeah. TOX is already up 50+ points.
And with that being said, looking at the clock, we have 20 seconds left for the boom shot to come up over in bandstand, and less than 40 seconds coming in for the drop shot over on Cinema. We have a player on the EU's finest going towards the drop shot, but the main focus should be at the boom shot. And a little bit of bodies circling around this E-Hill area. We're now going to see EU's finest fight towards the bandstand area. Solars yet again getting a double kill with the drop shot, absolutely dominating. And on the side of that, Praise picks up the boom shot to have for himself, and he's going to put that away to get him a shotgun kill on Crim.
In the last 2 rounds, Solars has 6 drop shot kills. Mental has about 5 in the last 2 rounds alone. Something like that. Maybe Mental has 3.
How many rounds has a boom shot been up? That's how many kills Mental has had, because he's gotten it for free. And then they run straight into him for the free kill.
And then he gets, you see him with the retro as well. So EU's finest, I'm really looking for you to make a play. Starting off with Hydrons, killing Summons, Explosive, team killing Solars.
Yeah, the drop shot is
at the top
down.
side is going down. Hydron going ahead and taking out Explosive as well. This is going to force Mental all the way around. He's going to grab a shock, but that's what he needs. He's going to go throw the shock inside of E right now. It's not going to stop them from decapping, but it will stop them from shooting back.
Yeah, Mental currently stalling. He has yet another shot grenade. He's going to throw it right towards the E-Hill. There's going to be 3 players from EU's finest currently eyeing him. And with the numbers working in their favor, Hydron's trying to lower the count. He went on the flank, able to get a kill, and Mental cleans him up, along with Crim getting a 3rd kill in the process, making 4. TOX currently 30 seconds away from winning round number 6.
And as I say that, that's 5 dead for EU's finest. Match point for TOX, 6 in a row. For a moment there, I was talking about EU's finest kind of showing up in round number 1. They came out strong. That's what they needed to do. But then, you know, they fell into that hole. That whole TOX loves to put people in. So it doesn't even really matter right now if EU's finest wins the next 5 rounds. No. Then it's round number 13. So they're going to have to do To me, they're going to have to start dominating this. They're going to have to start going for the respawns as well. They're going to have to start targeting players' respawns, and that's another strategy players like to do in this game as well. If you see a player with low respawns available, that's when you can start to target that player. Explosive, only 2 respawns, target him. But EU's finest, with that disabled, that's the best thing they've done all game.
What did Kenny say on that TBS show that we have? He said when you go against Optic Gaming, it's pretty, when you go against this TOX roster, it's pretty much like you're in a street fight and you're down and everybody's just stomping on you. There's nothing you can do. You're getting no help at all, and TOX are currently suffocating EU's finest. I'm gonna let you know now, this is gonna be a long flight back to Europe if EU's finest cannot pick this up at all. You've come all this way to lose in such a dominating fashion for TOX. That's gotta hurt, but Jack, picking up the drop shot, he wants to make a difference, and he's gonna definitely have to do it, especially with Phelpsy coming right out of spawn.
Nice first blood by Jack, but you see, that's Hydro kind of stuck in a weird spot because of the flight coming out from Praised. I don't know how he got there so fast in the beginning of the round, but that puts EU's finest in such a sticky position, but luckily for them, they're able to respawn, get behind Praised, forcing him back, but Praised taking out Hydro right before getting taken out himself. Big heads-up play by Praise to get that trade before getting taken out, because I was talking about he's in no man's land across the enemy team in the back. But if I look at the score, it's kind of still 0-0, so what could have been a good lead for TOX isn't that just yet, so EU's finest still have some glimmer of hope.
Well, with the sniper rifle going to be in Mental's hands, we all know how deadly he is with it, dating back to Gears 3 with that famous clutch on Hotel. He's going to put in work, definitely. It's only a matter of time. But EU's finest, you currently have Jack with the power weapon, which is a drop shot in his hands, and you're going to have to wait for the right push. Even though the score is low, this round could most definitely go down to triple cap domination. So they're going to take their time, wait for these weapons to respawn, and with the boom shot currently locked for 3 rounds, the drop shot's going to be up in less than 45 seconds. So you're going to see some of these bodies, these blue and red dots, they're going to start to group up over around that area in a half a minute, so to say.
If I'm EU's finest, I make that push over towards the drop shot early. Get control of that drop shot positioning. Obviously, you have to be aware of, I do believe, mental with the sniper when you go ahead and finally pick it up and when you're on those rotations. But you get there so that way you're in position of it. Because if you allow TOX to go and get position before it comes up, along with the sniper in mental's hands, you're going to put yourself in such a bad spot. So as I say that, one member of EU's finest kind of creeping up towards that theater.
There's no way. We have one player over in Cinema. EU's finest are going to go ahead and get this drop shot. But take a look at what's happening towards the E hill. You have the 2v2 going down, and TOX are looking to put this game away. Currently up 2 hills to 1. They're going to move towards Pergola momentarily, but they're waiting to pick up enough kills. The Summon's going to the respawn screen. He's going to have to wait 5 more seconds before TOX will be able to make that push once more.
Jack able to grab the ammo from the drop shot, so...
yeah, look at the time.
For use.
25 seconds left to go, and TOX are going to take it. EU's finest, they're going to have to fly right now. They have to make a play.
Yep, you see E already beating Decap, but they can't stop here. Realistically, they need to keep going. You see Mental, he's kind of taking his time. He's in no rush. Do believe he landed the body shot on Hydro, but the drop shot from Jack going to say one of his teammates, Phelpsy with a back A to take out Praise. Solar's hiding behind enemy lines right here, but so is Graze holding that line in the back. Solars, he's gonna have to go and win this, and no, he is not. But the score is still in favor of TOX. F needs to be broken, and it does look like it's happening right now. Mental spawning up, going towards E. We have multiple players from TOX over on this side of the map. That do has Mental, that is summoned. 2 members of EU's finest trying to rotate, make that 3, make that 4, all through the middle. There's only 1 person on TOX's home mill. That allows them to kind of spawn up. EU's finest, they're in trouble here.
There's gonna be 2 fights that's happening. The E-Hill over by Bandstand, where there's currently a 3v3, but also looking at ATM, yes, that's gonna be it. Solars is gonna take out Jack in a 1v1, and this is gonna be it. 3 more seconds to go, and TOX, they're gonna go ahead and win, but before that happens, we see Hydro coming through the smoke. Solar's gonna make quick work for finding himself in the 1v2. Craze is gonna pick up that kill. EU's finest still has a chance, but yeah, TOX capturing the E-Hill. That is all she wrote. TOX will go straight to the grand finals. Pretty much a rematch going against Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a real exciting match because we talked about it. Unfortunately for EU's finest, their strategy, their passive style of play did not work out for them, but that is not going to be the case when you're going up against Ghost because they are so aggressive and they keep always going forward.
Yeah, pretty much dynamic gameplay coming from all ends, from both sides on that entire series. EU's finest, they did a lot of things well. I would love to see more aggression that we saw during their, glory days back towards the second season of Gears 4. But TOX, business as usual, wolf packing, power weapons, straight up control and domination, and they were extremely precise. Hopefully they can keep up that type of gameplay against Ghost Gaming. They're definitely going to need it because coming up next, we're going to send this over to Golden Boy, Colin, Ribs, and Guy Blaze to break down this matchup and the championship game.
No, don't let him break B.
Oh, they broke B.
No, man.
Wait, we broke it, we broke B, we broke B, we broke B.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Alex. Ratatouille.
See what I'm talking about?
Shit is easy on
We're the best team in the game.
Good rotation.
Baby.
Hit it.